Hello and welcome. Right, I've already been on once, so I'm not starting those engines because I realised I'd actually put the wrong greenhouse down originally when I sort of tried to do it, which is why I'd only got some vegetables, and I think I might have damaged the original greenhouse because I reckon I must have it's alright. I can grab it back straight out from Giants and move the XML back in. But I have now got the right one. I just checked literally before I started the cameras. So we've got just chili, garlic, spring onion, tomatoes, which is ideal for this. And we've got like two of each. No, we have, yeah, it's right. It's done this. Ever so weird how these do them in the order that they do them. Yeah, so two manure, yeah, two water. Yeah, I didn't check this deep. Obviously, I'd Lois. Oh, excuse me, I could feel that coming. I thought I was gonna. Yeah, with this microphone, I haven't got a cut-off button. It's one thing I miss about one of my microphones, but it was not so good for solid the sound, like loudness, which you really do need. This is a brilliant one. So there we go. They're all done. So let's switch them on. Now then, one thing I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to speed time up for 1 hour. Then I'm going to save the game because this can go funny when it does the mathematics. So yeah, just want to make sure it's not going to go bang when it gets to 10 o'clock and it does calculations, because it can do. Let's just make sure there's no red line as well, because that's usually it sort of goes, oh, something's wrong, and then you basically it goes off on one. So it looks like we're good. So we didn't switch it on. Right, no, we didn't actually. This could be the bit where it goes. Oh no, we have got some of it on. Because yeah, obviously they did have one of each on already. So yeah, we're now on completely. Now let's, can we afford to speed up till 10? Have we got any bad weather coming? So any trouble with doing things like this? It's the weather later on, isn't it? So then, we look like we might. Oh, can we see? Say I can't see. 10, 12. No. Yeah, we're good. Let's go one more. Make sure it doesn't go bad. Apologise for this, but I did this once before. Mind you, it was a damaged greenhouse. Yeah, it's an trouble with modding. Sometimes you got projects that are half done, and things, yeah, they go drastically wrong. So let's just check that again. That time it was down to I'd used the wrong greenhouse. It wasn't finished, so that was my own silly fault. Right, so yeah, no, they are all going nicely. Brilliant. Right, excellent. So then, I believe we have a job to do. We should, I think, lead with the harvester, I would say. It's probably not a bad idea, because these are terrible followers. Terrible. Now, I did sort of quite a bit of modding, and I sort of had a limited success with my telehandler weight, which has been so long. So yeah, I did 3 or 4 tweaks, because there is no school of modding. There isn't. It's one of those things that you pick up, and I've got to be honest, modders tend to keep their things to themselves, and there's an awful lot. You think, oh well, you just look inside the model. You do, but that doesn't reveal everything. Not really. So modders can sort of quite. Maybe as you're going to stay at the worst possible place that you could possibly stay, we'll have to go into the grass. Anybody see the problem? Oh no, not necessarily. No. We can work with that. Can we? We'd have to reverse, but then how on earth do we? We'll figure it out, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh great. Got shenanigans going on. Right, let's assist, because I think at the minute we can probably assist Luke of Star Wars. Yeah, universe. That Luke. It's nice to see it's actually working. Now they do it capitals, so I think I might need to go into the XML and do capitals, I reckon. So we just It's going to need to be the other side, isn't it? No good like grabbing them here and then walloping the wood. Okay, it's true actually. How are we going to do this? This is going to be a... Oh, do you know, I knew it'd get me. I knew it. An absolute nightmare, you objects, you. In this game, we call Farming Simulator. So then, let's have a go. It's true, isn't it? It's so snarly. You know, if you just got catching out of that, and that's it. You are absolutely in a world of hurt. So that might actually work. I think we're going to need to restrap and also stop the hand icon appearing, because that's always a bad... I think we're going to have to go... Let's have a look. We're going to have to try and stop the traffic for a moment. I hope we're lucky, so I've not switched it off, as you all know. Oh, okay. Careful, careful, careful. That was a bit fluky. Okay. It's a bit demanding, this, isn't it? I've got to get in here, clear the wooden gates, and manage to somehow pull over like that. How are we supposed to do this in this field? Because we are approaching this right. Yeah, we are. I've always said this, though. It is true. Some map makers are better at this than others. It is true. I've got to be honest. In a lot of things, it's like, how do I do this? The only way is what I've frequently done is to, it's very close to falling in, is to telehandler them over the gate. That works, but obviously I'm trying to do things properly, where you would do it as you should be doing it, not like in a way that's a bit sneaky. It works, of course, but... Okay. Now we need to grab that out of the road. If we can, of course, clear said header and not fall into the drink. Could sort of... That should do, I would say. I'm not sure if I can clear it, but let's have a go. Which other way is the right way in? Not sure if we're going to... I think we're going to clock the lorry van. Truck. Okay, well that's one way to do it. Will we push him into the drink? Ooh, it's very close. That was the unfolded from last time. Right, let's just try and retrieve the van before he literally goes in. Not so difficult once we've done the field. Right, let's get this battened. I don't think it's going to take very long at all. This is obviously, this is a small map. It really is. So this is field 32. I don't think we can get it to. We have actually. Size is our header. 3.8. Right. Okay. So we want 3 headlands. Generate. Yeah, then we'll be able to 32. So 13.8 meters. And nearest will do, because we're first anyway. So we're looking, unless it goes and veers to the second headland, which it has a chance to do. It depends if it catches it as first. Ooh, we're in business. Right, so then, let's get you out. No, actually, you can come in now, safely, and as long as you sit on the headland, and then we need to grab truck, and I'm going to go into a time lapse because we've got the straw to get off the field straight away. Right, so I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see guys and cows on the other side. Right, I think that is us done. Yeah, that is the last of the harvests that we're going to do anyway. I mean, the grass always... Yeah, no, I think we did cut it the last one, either July or August. I think. I would say never. That's the trouble is, you make these sweeping statements. Never's not right. It is sometimes you do. Right, so then, we're going to be sticking this to make fuel, I believe, is the plan with this. Or was it to make oils in the... Yeah, it's true, actually. It was... Remind me, when I originally did the Chris factory, I did need to put oils in, but then I think I did that into the costs. Yeah, and we didn't do oils of any type. Now, this is true. The person who did this, it dropped yesterday, the potato one. they did oils, which I was originally going to do, and I thought, well, I don't really need to. It's just a cost. I'd buy the oils in and then just make them, because I thought people have got enough with the greenhouse and that. I thought they've already got enough to do without having to like do oils as well. Because I was, yeah, it's true. One of my favourites that I've done to date is the luxury desserts, but it's like baking cakes. It needs so much, like work to make it work, because you've got a dairy to do, you want sugar, you want honey, either or, to actually make it work, and there's a lot of graft to it. So I was sort of, after that, I think of this one, I thought this is going to be the same. You've got a greenhouse to put down, and like just make it a little simpler. I like the greenhouse thing. That's not too terrible a thing. So that should be, and it looked like it was trundling along nicely, actually. I hope I've got I always find these, now that's why I did just these, because I wanted it to be on steroids, because we all know normally you'd get like one of each or two of each. So I've doubled, but I've only done these, so I've not like cheated or anything. It should be reasonably good, because it's only those ones. So then I believe we did the sales yesterday. Oh, okay, we didn't see that yesterday, I'm sure, or did we? Because we did have the cash. We've already got a, is it one of those with options, though? That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah, I think it will. We've got enough. We have. You will very rarely see me ever do this, but we're going to do it. Yeah, we're going to buy the fence. And we're going to sell the fence. Yeah, even though it breaks my heart to let a fence go. Sometimes you just got to do these things. Yeah, so we never did get to use some of these, which is a shame, because again, I often say this. I don't know what it is about the short runs. When you don't care, and I don't mean that you don't care, but what I mean is, it's a short run, so it doesn't matter, but you seem to get like fantastic drops. Now, if I'm doing something like Rizu Forest, what I could really do with a vegetable harvester, it'll drop in the final year of the Let's Play. I don't get it. It's just one of those really strange things that has happened quite frequently, so frequently that it really is a thing. I think actually that, this is a bit of a weird one, this. Because the actual thing is in the box, which I don't sort of get. Because surely you've got to be in the box, normally, anyway. So, no, just sell, yes. Fantastic. Brilliant. That's not a nice 30-odd, not quite 15 grand, 20 grand. Right, so then we've got everybody on the field, but that doesn't matter. We have, but did we do our animals? Well, if we didn't, we did. Oh, got 20 tons of milk. We have been neglecting grabbing the milk. So let's go grab those. And we have got births, 5 months. And yeah, of course, we had like 2 sets. I'd imagine. So how many have we got? 47, 67, 87. Oh, I reckon we're filled up. Yeah, because if I remember rightly, it wasn't too big a place. Yeah, we will visit. I thought we had 131, so we filled it, but we're still doing fairly well with the milk. They got a good team of tractors as well. Very, very fortunate. Now we have got the little tractor, which we specifically got for this one over here, the Deutz, my old friend from Riverbend Springs. Yes, we are done very well tractor-wise on this. That's what I'm saying. It's really strange in situations like this where you get these like a shed load of now then, how are we doing on slurry as well? Because the slurry, although I know it's sort of a moot issue now. Yeah, it's nearly filled again, but yeah, this is sort of moving into the catching up stage now, isn't it, really? Do we shift to extremes, or do we sell the herd and then, so it's not like moving on anymore? That's my point. Yeah. Oh, we can get it from there. Wow, that's a bit of a stretch. I like it. I think this is only 14 tons, so we need to. Oh, it's not. This is the medium tanker, which it's fairly big, but No, I have actually, yeah, because I have got a few models, and two of them are the same, and that was the small and the medium, and I'm like, why are they exactly the same size? Because it shouldn't be, not really, not if you're expecting to. Oh, have we filled that then? No, it'll be that. They do weird things for some reason. Oh, I've nearly, not quite got that front decal right. It's a bit floaty, just a little. It's not bad though. I flattened it again, so I nearly did it right. Excellent. So then that's in. So how much have we actually got in that? The bionic dairy. Ooh, well too much. Yeah, we need to extreme this. Yeah. At the end of a Let's Play, on the last session, which this is, and I do apologise, but the Chris Factory is going to return on Maypole Farm. This is my number one thing, so you'll get a proper look. I mean, you can see what it's going to do, but what I mean is you will get a proper look at this on Maypole, because this is like our biggest sort of production. So yeah, I apologise for jumping ship. It's just I had got to jump on Daheem. It's one of that. Cali's one of those. I didn't, obviously Cali was, you never know, jumping from one game to another, if any map maker or any modder's gonna like carry on. Sometimes people do give in and they fall by the wayside, and there's been many brilliant map makers that have fallen by the wayside that I really weep at. One of my favourite maps of all time was, I forget its name. Sorry, I've got Starview on my. Yeah, I'm a massive fan of Stardew Valley, and Stardew was dropped as in the map, and I'm like, you're thinking, ooh, yes, yeah, they've got a lot to live up to there, because obviously Stardew Valley is brilliant. It is classed as a farming game, but I'm not particularly sure that it really is. Really. Right, so manure, not so much. Slurry, we could stick some in. We could actually. Yeah, it's true. I suppose I was trying to use what we were given, because really we could stick this always in the. In fact, I think we will. If we're going to try to do everything, but if we're going to swizzle out for XMLs, be careful. Then yeah, we need to. I think we're going to go into forwards. Wow, so I think we may as well swap everything to extremes. I'm not sure if I made an extreme for the greenhouse, but I don't want to produce extreme. I want to use what we've got. So it's more about. Yeah, it's more about actually grabbing what we've got and running with it rather than. Yeah, so really, I'm not sure about the Chris Factory, though. It's not really had much of a chance to run, has it? We've got a little bit. I know, it is a bit of a shame. I'd like to process all of the potatoes. That's the one thing I would like to do. So we do need to do that. Can we do that? I think we're still going to probably go extreme. They cost the same. Ooh. Jumped inside. How did I do that? How did I do that? I have no idea how I did that. Sucked me in. Yeah, so it's true. I just want to see the picture. Oh, excellent. Yeah, it's not too terrible. I quite like it. The old BI symbol, which I'm quite happy to keep in places. I do like that a lot. Right, so then, I'm going to be right back. See you shortly. Right, this time I'm just making sure that I've actually hit record. Yeah, this is a bit of a strange one. I haven't done this in ages. I really haven't. Now, I'd already recorded the last episode, or so I thought. But yeah, it happened that I didn't press the record button. I said I'll be right back, and then literally we did a bit of buying and selling, and this, yeah, there was literally like things in the sales that we bought on the last day. Oh, okay, well that if we were staying, we'd be buying that. Yeah, so basically what I did was I said I was going to be right back. I said we're going to do the extremes, which we did do. And yeah, extreme dairy, extreme mini self-sufficiency, extreme Chris Factory. Did all of that, but you've got there's no recorded footage of oh, it's beautiful. Is this not glorious? It is. What a way to go out. Really, a real vista on a beautiful map. It really is. I really wish in a way that I could have carried on with Klein Friesland. It is a beautiful map, it really is. But yeah, Calais is a massive. Yeah, it really is such a good map maker. Not that this is not, but it's just that yeah, expectations of someone you've been, like following for a long time. So yeah, I'm literally, well, I've already done quite a few episodes on it, and I haven't done any on this for a while. For many reasons, but not because the map was not good or anything like that, although I was a little bit upset by the fact it didn't support buffaloes. That was a bit upset with, but it wasn't enough for me to like leave the map. So we pretty much literally did all of the, I put the extremes in and they pretty much make mincemeat out of everything. Now I have adjusted the flavouring, so actually this might actually not be too terrible. Yeah, but it wasn't as... it was quite expensive, but when I actually looked at the price, it's not that expensive. It really is just because of how much there is of it that it really is sort of worth quite a bit of cash. So for some reason it did way more beefy onion than lamb. I don't know why, but again, these things are sometimes a bit strange because I don't know whether it's because it could be that. I never thought of that. Yeah, it's the first in the thing, isn't it? So it gets first dibs. Spiced lamb is the last thing, so that means all of these others, because it must work in that way. I never really thought about it like that. So beefy onion would get the first amount, and because it's an extreme, that is true. Yeah, it would devour, because that's just how good the extreme is, and then that would mean that not a lot. So this was probably, thinking about it, this was from last session. So basically the beefy onion was the first thing in, because the Extreme Crisp Factory is so good, it didn't move on to the next thing, because there was enough cycles that it just destroyed what was there in the flavouring and everything. That actually does make a bit of sense. See, sometimes I don't talk nonsense. So how well did we actually do when we actually look at everything? Now, there were a couple of things I'd sort of like glossed over that I really didn't do properly. And that was the one thing I thought about afterwards. I thought, what about your... in fact, where is it? It's not showing, is it? No, that is because inside the Extreme Mini Self-Sufficiency, we let that go way too long. So, I wasn't paying proper attention. Got quite a lot of digestate. See, this is the thing. You see, the potatoes are in there. So we haven't finished. I'm glad in a way, because the one thing I did realise was that I hadn't done the sunflowers. I thought, well, you would never sell sunflowers. You'd make sunflowers into biodiesel. That's the whole sort of thing, and I sort of rushed it a little bit, and I didn't. So we've got the digestate, and we've got enough of that to switch that on now and to keep it. Also, we want to be shifting those potatoes into the crisp factory, because that is obviously another thing that I need to rectify. Now, I'm not sure. I think we bought the... Oh, no, you're not really the best thing for this. No, you're the quantum. I would say it was probably on the back of this, but I'd be wrong. But it's there. Right, smashing. Okay, so we found Big Blue. So let's get this done. Let's get the potatoes shifted into the crisp factory, and let's see how we really did. So in a way, I was thinking about it's strange when you sort of, I wasn't rushing per se, but like when I was driving to work, I was thinking, well, you didn't actually, but this sort of really proves that I really didn't do this properly. So they want to stay and these want to go. So we need to shift this and do a proper job this time of actually like letting the factory do its work. Obviously we've sold the animals. I can't remember if I did that on the last section before I said, I think I did. Yeah, so basically now is just like carrying on with like everything else. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to switch off the beefy onion, and we're going to let other things. Now the other thing is the cheesy ones. There's very little cheese. There's no cheese left now. So really there's only a few things that are going to do really. So what we're going to do with that in mind is we're going to switch off the beefy onion. Yeah, so give everything else. There's hardly any cheese, so I don't think they're going to do anything because there's no... Oh, there is actually. No, you're wrong. Cheesy onion. Yeah, that's sort of, now that's true. The soybean and the large type. You see, this was the other fault. Although we didn't have a lot, we didn't actually like tell it all to move, did we? You see, and that's not going to help either with any of these things. I mean, there's not a lot, but I'd like this to run as properly as possible, where we, literally. So we're actually going to do better than I actually did. We did all right already. I mean, for saying we've come out early, and I do believe, yeah, we're about a year too early, I think, for these, which is such a shame. Yeah, 9 out of 14. We're just over halfway. So they've changed the graphics on that, haven't they? That is quite amazing. Yeah, no, they are really. Yeah, no, that's quite lifelike. I've got to give Giants the due. I must admit, in FS22, there were a couple of times where I saw fields of cotton, I think it was, and I thought this is really, really quite poor because how good the graphics were on. Oh, I have moved it. I thought I'd left it down here. How good the graphics were on FS22, it was getting really good. It sort of exemplified how bad the old graphics were and how it really needed to be changed. We could have used a rando, I know, but we'll stick with this now. It's just, yeah, let's get this sorted. Now you will notice it is actually pouring from the, for the first time in a long time, it's actually pouring from outside the proper nozzle. Yeah, I fixed it for Giants, and I thought, well, why don't you grab that model and stick it in the thing? I did make a bit of a mistake because the roof was a bit different on the Giants model, but we've fixed it all, and we've now probably got proper models that actually spit out straight down, which is quite nice. Yeah, I'm trying to get my house into order. There's a lot of mods that are sort of almost right. Even my telehandler way, I have been working on quite a lot. It's almost, in fact, I'm going to show you. I am, yeah. This is quite this is groundbreaking stuff. It is, because this thing has driven me crazy for absolutely forever. With it going through the ground, I'm not saying that they're all not going to. They may all. I've not seen this. This is live. I've changed the prices. Oh, it's. Oh, there's a bit of flickering going on, but that is still in place. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's still some flickering. Whatever. I don't know what I've done that with that. I need to obviously pay attention to that. They are different in size. You can see each one is slightly different to the other. This is the original. No, that's the other one. Is the same. Now that hasn't got the flicker in, right? That's interesting. But anybody who's seen the channel for a long time will realise that this is quite unusual because it's actually staying like there, which that is very. And that's the stone picker one as well. This is just a monster. This is a 5-ton monster. It is maybe a bit smaller, yeah. But yeah, so that's groundbreaking stuff for me. Yeah, I've been meaning to do it for a long time. I've also got to tweak the weights, the attachers. Yeah, I've sort of been tweaking them, and like some of them are. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tweak the whole lot until I get it right, and then yeah, I might actually put them on the model because no one's actually doing a telehandler weight yet, so it's still not too late to stick it on the model. And we'll see. I've got one mod left on the mod hub at present because Giants threw my other 6 out, even though yeah, there was no reason to, but they did anyway. So yeah, I'm determined that I'm going to keep my promise to the channel members that I would like really, and I'm trying to do crossplay for everything. I'm not trying to do any script-based mods or anything like that, because obviously a lot of the channel members are playing on console, so it's important to me to actually sort of do that. So I should say let's try. I think there was a bit more. So let's grab this. It is nice to see this on the ground. It is nice to see this on the ground, but I've got to be honest. I have sort of been saying sort of over quite a few sessions that this mod, as good as it is and that I like it, it's as bad as the Giants thing, because it's always like this. Every winter there's going to be thick snow, 20 to 35. Now that's almost as bad as Giants, where the snow came and went and you never saw the snow properly. I'd like there to be a bit more. Well, it's not always going to be every single winter. I mean, living in Great Britain, we don't get this like every single year, but we do, and that's the reality of weather. It's not that predictable, so it's not nice, I don't think, to have this where it's really so predictable every single year. It's going to be like this. Now then, also manure and slurry. It should still show us that 49 and 48. Now I'm happy to leave that. We didn't really. I don't want to muddy the waters now and do fertilizer just to take the tally when it wasn't really what we were, like what we were about. We did the crisp factory. We did the self-sufficiency. I do believe that should straight away I'm glad in a way this went wrong. Now that's a bit annoying that I let that sort of crack on like that. That doesn't seem right, that amount though. But I've got no way of arguing. It may be, or it may have gone wrong. I'm gonna say it's one of those things. So all my life, sunflowers, it's ripped it to pieces. So we did do a bit of fertilizer. All my life, 150,000 litres of, and slurry 0. Right, so yeah, we'll leave it. I think I don't want to muddy the water by all of a sudden like doing lots of fertilizer. The hay we don't want that on anymore either. So we do want that off as well, and we want the, that's at the top, the biodiesel, which is probably already pretty much, oh my life. Yeah, I've got to be honest, these are monsters, really are monsters. Yeah, that is absolutely burst. Look at the speed on that. This is 10 times a super. It is meant for at the end of a Let's Play, for literally finishing things off, for anybody to make them sort of, yeah, like, so that you know where you stand. The costs are also equal to the game, so it's not cheaty. It really is that although it's 10 times faster, it costs you 10 times more, or it should do. If it doesn't, it will do if I ever release these as an end game sort of tool for anybody who had the productions. Yeah, because they've all got upgrades as well, which is, I think, quite amazing. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with what I've achieved on this. So let's go through till tomorrow, because I'd imagine Extreme Crisp Factory is still going to take a while to do 177,000 litres of potatoes. Do we? I think we will. Let's stick that on as well, because there's a lot of flavouring. We might well need that kind of thing as well. So yeah, the cheesy things, they're not, yeah, a lot of these aren't going to go right, but that also should come across on the hour. So let's just go to 10 o'clock, where the bits of vegetables we've actually got will come across. It is a little bit as well. Right. Okay, so let's go through and we'll see how much we actually process. Ooh, snow's thickening. We're not going to do the sales though, because I'd already sort of done that 1 month. I don't want to make the figures more, because we get like a Hannibal or an, you know, like an Impex or anything like that that's going to, like, you know, or 3, and it's like 100 grand just because we bought in the sales. For once, I don't want to muddy the waters, because it's, oh, brilliant. Well, that is good, that at least that's gone. Now, you will note the production costs are quite a bit more than normal, but I still don't know that that's enough, so I might still not have the extremes quite right. So then how much potato, and that's what I'm saying, just look at that. Yeah, those potatoes are tremendous. Oh, it did do, quite a lot of lamb crisps, a bit of hot crisps, a bit of garlic burst, still got quite a lot of flavour in. And, well, yeah, now that's more like it. And that is the power of the Extreme factories. It literally is. They're just a tool. They are very cheap to put in, because it's not about the money at this stage. This is just a finishing tool for you to use to see how things went. So, yeah, that's distributing straight over. That's all gone to... That's all gone to here, and it's pretty much used every last little ounce. And we're down to 108 litres. And this is now up to... That's gone to. Yeah, it's the first time I've ever used an Extreme Mini Self-Sufficiency. Actually, I'm quite pleased with this. I literally did it just to see how things were going. So how much did we do diesel? 43,711. And that's the thing I forgot. And it was when I was trying to work, I thought, you didn't do the sunflowers. So when I checked, I thought, oh, you didn't do the footage. You forgot to hit record. So now we have not forgotten to hit record. So how well did we really do? Let's add the fields up again, because obviously I did do this, but it's like, it didn't work. We're going to round up for easiness, you know, like, so that it's, so that's, we'll call that 50. We'll call that 70, 120, 120, 220, 220, 280, 280, 330, 330, 350. And 450, 550, call that 600. 600,000 in total for all of the land that we own. We obviously sold the cows already, so yeah, so 600. 1.2 million from property and when I never include the I mean, obviously, if you were selling these businesses, you really would be quids in as well. But I've never done that, so I'm not going to do that now. But how much does the time saving stock check? It should be quite a lot more than last time because we've actually done everything properly. So this time, now I am intrigued to seeing how much the flavouring is worth. That's better. It was worth a lot more. That's more like it. It is obviously worth something, but I made it a lot less than it was because it was too good. It was like 2,000 something. I thought it's only flavouring. It's not. I mean, it's not supposed to be worth a fortune. So yeah, that's better. So then, in total, wow, beef union, Gordon Bennett. That is worth a shed load of cash, isn't it? So in total, because we will go on the max value. If we sold everything, lock, stock, and smoking barrel, we would have 3 points. Yeah, so 2.23, 32, 35, 36, 3.6 million. So that's a million more than we did earlier, which that's an awful lot. 3.6 million on a Let's Play where we didn't finish it properly. I still think it's a fantastic map, gorgeous. The only thing that I really would say was I was not happy about the fact that it didn't support water buffaloes in this time of FS25 when it should. It's the only other thing I would point out, because I'm trying to be honest, and you know, there was this. The vehicle shop was a bit odd. Yeah, this I found strange. It was. The game is not perfect for any of these on any map, so I think some of it's down to the game, but some of it was also down to this. I always found it strange that also that you usually put things in that, and actually the point is in that, which was a bit odd. So you sort of went next to it, and like I mean, I like the idea in a way. It goes against the norm, but I like it because it's automatic. And something I always do is put a blob of paint on. We didn't need to on this one. But it did seem to also need that most of the time it needed to straddle this. So it was almost like it needed the dealer open vehicle options and to be inside the box too, which was a bit odd. It is beautiful, very flat as it should be in Holland. So yeah, definitely it was as you'd expect it to be. Small to medium. Thoroughly enjoyed my time on here. So yeah, really, really do love it. A fantastic map by a fantastic map maker, so definitely one that I will be looking for in the future because it really is beautiful. A very Dutch feel to the map as well, very, very Dutch feel. So yeah, with no further ado, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to add this to the last session, and yeah, we are leaving the map with 3.5 million-ish. I've forgot what I said now. Yeah, 3.5 million-ish basically, which is very, it was 2.4. So it's an extra million on top of what we did because we actually did everything this time, including all those potatoes, which I didn't even realise we'd got. I think we've not got anything more. Yeah, that's the trouble when they're inside productions. It doesn't show up here. So I was obviously, 177 litres. So I think that's not too terrible at all. So really, all things considered, I think we did ourselves proud. And the map maker. Beautiful map. So with no further ado, massive shout out to, I remembered his name earlier, typically. Now I've totally forgotten. It's Friday night and the memory's like, rubbish. But fantastic map maker. And a massive shout out to you, the viewers and subscribers, because without you watching, I would be talking to myself. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you join me on other maps. So all that remains to be said is goodbye for now.